The Resilience Across Borders podcast is intended for education, support, and inspiration. I am not a psychologist or a medical doctor and do not offer any professional, medical, or health advice. If you are dealing with or suffering from any psychological or medical conditions, please seek help from a qualified health professional. Hello and welcome back to Resilience Across Borders podcast. I'm your host, Rashid Zahidi. In today's episode, we'll discuss strategies for inspiring and sustaining creative expression. So, creativity is a boundless force that it resides within each of us. It is just waiting to be unleashed, so to say. So this podcast gets into effective strategies for unlocking and sustaining creativity and keeping the creative juices flowing, so to say. Also, just a reminder, because this podcast is about resilience, there is a link with resilience. That's why I'm doing this episode about the creativity, because it may not be obvious, the link. But among many other reasons, creativity opens up inner resources for dealing with setbacks, handling stress, solving problems, and getting more out of life, in addition to the fun side of just being creative and creating solutions, right? So anyways, whether you're an artist, you're a writer, or simply seeking to infuse creativity into your daily life, these insights will guide you on a transformative journey of self-expression. So a little bit on creativity, because it has various forms, from artistic endeavors to problem solving in a daily life. Kind of resourcefulness is a kind of a form of creativity. So everyone possesses creative potential, but the key is to tap into and nurture that potential. As with most things, that's which does not get used basically gets lost. So any talent, any skill needs to be nurtured, and it needs to be tapped into, and it needs to be used, practiced, and used. So to cultivate a creative mindset, one needs to embrace curiosity, embrace open-mindedness, and also a willingness to take risks. So you can explore how a positive and open mindset can break down barriers to creativity and allow for more expansive thinking. I heard someone say the key to boredom is curiosity, and there is no cure for curiosity. So kind of stay curious. Curiosity comes in handy for this, for creativity, comes in handy for business, for troubleshooting, for listening, for sales, and so on and so forth. You can infuse curiosity as a big component into a lot of these life skills. And also another thing that comes up a lot is the ability to embrace failure. So embrace failure as a catalyst. Failure is an integral part of the creative process, because if you're afraid of failure, you're not going to experiment, you're not going to try new things, you're not going to come up with stuff. You're just going to stay with this safe, proven stuff. So no good creations or new creations come out of that. So examine how setbacks can be reframed as opportunities for growth and learning. So the world is full of stories of successful individuals who turned failures into stepping stones toward greater creativity, from J.K. Rowling to Steve Jobs, Henry Ford to Edison, Walt Disney, and so on, right? Another thing to keep in mind is stimulating the senses. You got to stimulate the senses. Sensory experiences such as nature walks, art exhibits, or music can inspire new ideas and perspectives. So actively seek out diverse sensory stimuli to fuel your creativity. Especially if you live a lot in your head, it's nice to do things that make you focus outward a little bit. Whether you're looking at nature, you're engaging your vision, or your smelling sense, or your touch by maybe touching sculptures, touching nature. Just engaging the all the senses, stimulate the senses and engage them and have these sensory experiences. And that can be very inspiring and give you sometimes direct ideas. And then also here it is again, that word that you heard me say quite a few times, mindfulness. Mindfulness also comes up in relation to creativity, mindfulness and awareness. So explore the intersection of mindfulness and creativity. Practices like meditation and mindful observation enhances awareness and presence in the creative process. So wherever you are, be there, be present, take it all in, so you don't miss some of this inspiration, some of this beauty, some of this creative presence. So being fully present can lead to more profound and authentic creative expressions, as opposed to kind of say sleepwalking through life, so to say. Also, you can establish a creative ritual. Routine can be a powerful ally in sustaining creativity. Routine does set you free. I know this sounds a little bit like, because a lot of people associate just creativity with like being this free, I don't know, non-committal, non-structured thing. You're just going with the flow, and that can be fine at times. But also, if you don't have some kind of routine and some kind of ritual, you will not actually engage these skills, and you will not actually create anything, and you're not going to engage your creativity. So routine does set you free and keep you incorporating what matters to you into your life, and that includes your practice and exercise of creativity. Whether you associate that with a place, let's say, for instance, if you're right, you have maybe a corner in your house or in your place or in your backyard or whatever. Whenever you go there, that's like your place where you're right, and then it just sends those signals to all your senses and your mind and everything. This is time to write, and you may put all things that are supportive of that habit, like right there. If you play, say, for instance, a guitar, you put it in a certain room or in a certain setting, and it's always handy there. And then when you go there, it's like it's your cue. It's your cue to like pick up the guitar and enjoy it and do something, right? Create something. So establish creative rituals, whether it's a dedicated time of day, a specific space, or engaging in a pre-creative routine or prompt, something that sends that signal to you, to your body, to your mind, to your soul, to your spirit, that says, hey, this is the time to create. So consistency can help create an environment conducive for creative flow. Another way is collaborative creativity, or through collaboration. There are so many benefits to exchanging ideas with others, soaking up that energy, giving that energy, give and take, participating in group projects, or seeking feedback from a creative community. So collaboration can bring fresh perspectives and inspiration to individual creativity as well. And also, it's always a good idea to have a strategy for overcoming creative blocks, and those slumps that you may get into. If you ever tried to create stuff, again, whether like, creating music or writing, or there's those slumps, there's those blocks, there's those times where it just doesn't seem to be going anywhere. So practical tips include simple things such as taking breaks, changing perspectives, looking from other angles, or exploring new creative mediums. Navigate these moments of stagnation with resilience and the adaptability. Sometimes stepping away from these moments and coming back later brings fresh energy and perspective. Maybe go and doing something that has nothing to do with that at all, and something magical happens when you come back to it the next day or later in the day or wherever. Then you come back with this renewed and refreshed kind of perspective, and then maybe some ideas that just come out of nowhere. So anyways, note about nurturing a lifelong creative journey, because creativity is a lifelong journey. So we must view creativity as a continuous process of growth and exploration, ultimately leading to more joy and fulfillment. So anyways, so really the process is very important. And if you enjoy the journey, you will travel much further than if you're just obsessed with one destination, right? So as always, thank you for tuning into the Resilience Across Borders podcast. If you're enjoying this podcast and finding it helpful to you, please let us know so we can continue to make more episodes about these topics. You can follow the blog posts and new episodes as they get added at this URL at resilience.com. That's resilience.com, at resilience.com. So that's the blog where you can, every new episode that gets published goes there, and sometimes the script as well. So remember to be kind to yourself and be kind to others and stay resilient.